going to explain the structure of antibody. Even though they are produced from B cells with the help of T cells, they have their own kind of like function. Okay, so to understand the function of antibody, first thing is we need to understand the structure of the antibody. Okay, we write, very important, you get a question for 5 marks. Explain the structure of antibody with a neat label diagram for 5 marks. Or sometimes you get a question for 2 marks. Draw a neat label diagram of an antibody molecule. Note this point, very very important, antibody structure. Very simple, let me just draw the diagram. Okay, so normally they are present on the surface of the plasma cells. Plasma cells means B cells itself. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to draw a Y-shaped structure. The first thing is, see how I draw. First thing is, remember Y. Okay, it will be like this. Like this. Simple, very easy. Okay, so it looks like this. Yeah, I can shade it, not required, it takes time. Now, this particular structure, which is nothing but also made up of amino acid chain. So, everything is amino acid. Okay, so I will just write here. So, antibody is not nothing but a protein, correct? Protein in the sense it should be made up of a chain of amino acid. So, everything is made up of amino acid. Whatever. How many chains are there here? 2 chains are there. Okay, these 2 chains are normally like very very firm, very strong. Okay, so what I am going to do is, just only for your understanding, I am just going to draw the surface of B cell. So this is now B cell, and normally plasma cell. Okay, surface, plasma membrane. See, this particular region of the chain is attached to the B cell. Okay, let me draw one more chain here, which is very very smaller compared to these 2 chains. See here the size. Okay. Let me just draw one more here. This is also a small chain. See, this is small chain, this is bigger chain. Here also you see a big chain and a small chain. Okay, here the big chain where I have used orange color is called as heavy chain. Heavy chain, the big bulky one is actually the heavy chain. How many heavy chains are there in antibody? How many are there? 2 heavy chains. 2 heavy chains are there, 1 and 2, correct? Okay. This one is a smaller chain which is also called as light chain. Heavy chain, light chain. How many light chains are there in an antibody? 2. Okay, so 2 light chains are there. You may get a question, write the formula of the antibody. Okay, very simple. H2N2 is the formula of antibody, note this point. Because it has got 2 heavy chains and 2 light chains. See, this is also a polypeptide chain. This is also a polypeptide chain, that is nothing but amino acid sequence, polypeptide chain. This is also polypeptide. Okay, here the amino acid sequence is more compared to this. That's what it is smaller, correct? Okay, now what I am going to do is, I am going to like separate these like within the one antibody. I am going to separate them into 2 compartments or regions. Antibody has 2 regions. The region which is where the heavy chains, 2 heavy chains are attached to the B cell or plasma membrane is called as FC region. Only for your need, FC region. Here you see both light and heavy chain in this particular place. Heavy as well as light chain, both are there. And this is called as FAB. FAB region. So antibody has 2 regions. One is FC region. FC region means it 100% containing only heavy chain, which is now attached to the membrane of the B cell or plasma cell. Whereas the free chains, the 2 chains are now free. This end of the antibody, both are free. In this case also both are free. That is called as FAB. Okay. So here, let me just tell you. This is very very constant. Matlab this particular from here till here. So see here, this is also a heavy chain particle. From here till here, it is constant. That means the structure is not going to vary. It is constant. It remains same. It is very firm. Okay. So it is also called as constant region. Please understand it. Constant region. So which is the constant region here? The FC region is the constant. Okay, it's not going to change. From here, where both heavy and light chain here in this region, because this is the site where they are going to react with antigen. So for example, if this is the antigen, see, antigen will not go and react here in the Fc region or constant region. It's going to bind to this region where heavy chain and light chains both are there. Okay, so heavy and light chains now make one more region that is called as variable region. Variable region. So antibody, which is a protein, which is a Y-shaped structure, yes, which is mainly consist of two heavy chains and two light chains, and the formula is H2L2, easy, and it has got two regions. One is constant region, it is also called as Fc region, got it, and it has got variable region, which is also called as Fab region. Variable region is the site where it binds to antigen, got it. So antigen will bind to this region, not here. Now see, there is no connection, right? So to provide a proper structure or like stability to the antibody, you see disulfide linkages, CET or NEAT. These two heavy and light chains are linked by disulfide linkages. Note this point. Disulfide linkages. Got it? Disulfide linkages will be seen. Very important. Now let me just draw that disulfide linkage. Yes. Yes. Okay, and here you should be very specific. Yes, yes. Between heavy and light chain you see one disulfide linkage. Okay, here also you see another disulfide. Okay, I should have used white color. So yes, yes. Here also. Yes, yes. Okay, here also. Let me use another color. Okay, sorry. Yes, yes. Here. Yes, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within one variable region, you see how many disulfide bond or linkages? 5. 5 are there. Same thing here. It is applicable to the another variable R. Yes, yes, correct. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And here also, yes, yes. Same. Everything is same. Okay. Note this point. Again 5. Here. Yes, yes. See. These two heavy chains are again linked by the disulfide linkages like this, and again like this. Done. Okay, so you have to understand the antibody contains two regions. One is constant region. Why it is constant? Here whatever the amino acid sequences are there, particularly in this region, normally they remain constant. That means you will not see any kind of variation. It's constant for all the antibodies present in the human being. But see here, let me tell you a very interesting thing. For example, if I get like let us imagine Salmonella typhi, a bacteria which causes typhoid in human beings. Okay, Salmonella typhi which now enters into my body, I may get the disease. That means it is the failure of antigen and antibody reaction. Okay, if I get the disease means like maybe like the antibodies fail to kill that antigens which are released from Salmonella typhi. For example, the same bacteria enters into your body. You may not develop any type of disease. You will not develop any typhoid. Got it? That means your antibody is stronger compared to my antibody. This is what like the immunity or immune response differ from person to person. Why it differs? Because the variation in the immunity or immune response is majorly or mainly restricted to this particular region, that is called as variable region. That's what the name variable, that means whatever the sequences which are present here in this polypeptide chain of the antibody normally varies. It varies. Got it? From person to person. So makes them diverse. So within one human being you will see crores of antibodies, and within that crores of antibodies again you see the variation in this variable region. Okay, let me just give you one more information. You may get one more question like name the different types of antibodies. Okay, so this is all about the structure, very easy. Don't forget this, very easy. Okay, so there are 5 different types of antibodies. See the code. How do you read this? ADMEC. Okay, you read like this, ADMEC. And this is actually called as antibody A, antibody D, antibody M, antibody E and G. Okay. Now, they have a specific type of protein called as the kind of immunoglobulins. Okay, so hence antibody is also called as immunoglobulins. See, the other name of antibody is immunoglobulin. In short, I can write this as capital letter I and small letter G, Ig, immunoglobulin. Another name of antibody. If I say immunoglobulin means it is nothing but antibody. Got it? So note this one. Okay, so ADMEC, I can also write ADMEC as IgA, immunoglobulin A, that is antibody A. Another one is IgD, and immunoglobulin D or antibody D. IgM or IgE or IgG. Got it? In your need, note some very important point. Name the antibody or name the immunoglobulin which is given by the mother to the baby. Okay, in the colostrum. Hope you know what is colostrum. You know about the colostrum milk. Okay, the milk which is produced in the initial days after parturition. Okay, so the antibody or immunoglobulin which is now passed from mother to the child through the milk, that is IgA. Note this. Can you note this point? Very important, mainly for your competitive examination. No confusion. Which is the largest antibody? The largest antibody is immunoglobulin M. Can you? Immunoglobulin M is the largest, which is a pentamer. Okay, normally I will not explain the structure of antibody. It is not necessary. In higher classes, you are going to study about it. Okay, it is a pentamer in the sense. Okay, one antibody is like this. See, this is not B cell. It's a pentamer. 5 antibodies makes one immunoglobulin like this, that is antibody or immunoglobulin M. M is a pentamer. Okay, pentamer, which is the second largest antibody, IgA, the second largest. Okay, the first one is this, the biggest. This is another one, the second biggest. Okay, name the immunoglobulin which is released only during allergy. In any case of allergies, you are going to release IgE. Okay, so IgE is released only during allergy. Note this one. Very important. Very important. Common last question. IgA, IgM, IgE, IgG. You get one more question. Name the immunoglobulin which passes the placenta. Okay, which can actually cross the placenta. See, there are so many antibodies, obviously 5 antibodies. All cannot pass the placenta. Hope you know what is placenta. Okay, so this is the uterus, and this is now the placenta, and what is there inside the placenta? A tiny baby is developing. Okay, so here the only antibody which can pass the placenta is IgG. Note this point. It can cross placenta. Very important, common less questions about the antibody. All these things are very important. IgD, no. Okay, the function is not particularly for me. I don't know about it. Okay, so this is the thing now. Okay, I was talking about the variable region. Yes. See, we have got in my body. I have all ADMEC. Even your body also contains ADMEC. Different types of antibodies. Why they are different? Because immunoglobulin A, D, M, E, G normally varies in their structure. Okay, now for your understanding, let me tell you how ADMEC, that is different types of antibodies, are classified. On what basis? On what basis they are classified? Even though they are not given in your NCERT, but I'll tell you because I cannot resist. But the thing is, they are mainly classified on the basis of the amino acid sequence. From here, see, now I'm going to manipulate this constant region. Okay, so based on the sequences, let us say arginine is there, lysine, thrombin, whatever it is, okay, not thrombin, sorry, tyrosine, whatever the different types of amino acids chain. Here also the amino acid chain is there. Okay, if it varies based on the arrangement of the amino acid, then we can classify them into different types of antibodies, got it, or immunoglobulins based on the sequence. What type of polypeptide is present here in this constant region? Based on that, there are 5 types. But in this case, it is for example, if I take only one antibody, that is immunoglobulin A. Within immunoglobulin A, the sequences varies. Got it? For example, this is constant for all the immunoglobulins. Let us take, I have got 100 IgA, immunoglobulin A, I have 100. In that, the constant region of all 100 IgA is same. Constant region is same, that's what it is IgA. But the same 100 IgA with the same constant region but varies in the variable region, that is the sequences, that is amino acid sequences varies, make them diverse. Got it? That in what is the meaning of diversity? In the same antibody, diversity is nothing but it can recognize multiple antigens. For example, if 100 antigens enters into my body, I have got 100 IgA. Because of its diversity in the variable region, it can encounter all the 100. That means one antibody, that is IgA type 1, IgA type 2, how many types are there? 100 types are there. Why it is 100 types? Because of the 100 types of variable region. Hope you got it. So make them very specific. So normally like the variable region varies from me, you, or maybe person to person. Got it? So it is also a type of biological marker, not this one. What is biological marker? Okay, or maybe like polymorphism. Okay, even I can also write this as polymorphism. What is this polymorphism? Poly means different. Got it? I mean DNA. You know that VNTRs, that normally varies from person to person. Same way, the variable region sequence also varies from person to person. It could be a very good tool in forensic studies. Okay, but the methodology for understanding the structure of variable region is a bit difficult compared to DNA fingerprinting. Hence, they go for DNA fingerprinting. Okay, that's all about the antibody.